This man is intentionally lying to you about the cost of living crisis.
One more rent increase, and my family, my one-year-old baby, we're facing homelessness and we've got nowhere to go. My family's already been forced out of Sydney for the same reasons. I want to know, is the government going to cut immigration to match housing availability, or are we just going to keep going until every regular working Australian is homeless?
Despite being disgracefully portrayed as an everyday, normal, struggling father by the ABC, Morgan Cox was actually a candidate for the far-right Christian Democratic Party, a party known for its virulent hatred of non-white immigrants. Morgan Cox is also the director of his own business, a business which he admits himself was quite successful in the past few years.
That's including myself, yes, very well. I until a couple of years ago, I was doing fantastically. I was doing quite well. Even through COVID, we survived reasonably comfortably.
Now, the reason why we should bring up his background and affiliations is because Morgan Cox dismissed the actual research done by academics in this field because he mistakenly thought one of them was a Chinese immigrant.
And I do believe it was a foreign student that did the actual study, a Chinese foreign student who in China advocates for travel to Australia.
One of the two researchers of this particular paper, which found that international students have a negligible impact on rents, is a Singaporean immigrant.
Senator, I'm Singaporean. No.
I take the word of people who actually publish their research, which we can publicly scrutinize in a peer-reviewed journal, than the ramblings of a wannabe Christian nationalist MP. But okay, let's look at his actual claims. Cox said that he's one rent increase away from homelessness in his new place in Gosford. Now, this very well could be true. The cost of living has been crushing. It's been for the past few years. That Christian Democrat money could have run dry. However, blaming immigrants for this is completely unfounded, particularly when Morgan Cox brags about how well he was doing before COVID, when we actually had a higher annual average of immigration growth. In Gosford in particular, since 2021, the population has grown a minuscule 0.7% annually, again, which is a lower rate of population growth than the period Morgan Cox said he was doing wonders financially in. So blaming this on immigrants is just completely nonsensical on all fronts. It is no wonder that the struggling business owner, failed Christian Democrat candidate, father of three is parading around the far-right media because, again, it's not about the cost of living for these people. It's about the immigrants.